Welcome to Diane's Homestyle Cooking. Today we are preparing our strawberries to make strawberry ice cream. I use white distilled vinegar and I add it to some water. I add about 1/4 to 1/3 of a cup. And then my strawberries I already rinsed off in the sink. And then I'm going to put the strawberries into this bath of water for 4 to 5 minutes. And once they're done, I'm just going to rinse them one more time. Now my berries are all clean. So now what I'm going to do is I am going to take the stems out of them. I love this little strawberry stem remover. It is great. If you don't have one, I suggest that you get one. You just push it in and then you twist, and then look at that. It comes out nice and clean. Sometimes a little piece of stem, so just check it. But it works pretty great. So you just open it and then you twist, and then the whole stem comes out. I just love these. I think they are a great invention. So my strawberries are all sliced. And so I'm going to add 1/4 cup of sugar. And then I'm going to use my pastry cutter and I'm just going to mash them up. But I just wanted to say I never throw the remaining parts of the strawberries out. The stems have these, it has a partial berry on it still. And the birds, they just loved them and they ate them up so quickly. So I don't throw them out. I just put them out for the wildlife to eat, and they were happy as larks and they just ate it all, and I didn't throw it away. So I just wanted to make that suggestion to you. So then you're just going to mash all of these strawberries, and then what you're going to do is you're going to let them, I like to let my strawberries sit overnight in the sugar, because the longer you let them sit, then they're going to just sweeten up. So once you mash the strawberries and add the sugar to it, then like I said, you're going to let it sit overnight. But I wanted to show you what the next step was, so I just let them sit for a couple hours. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take an ice cube tray and you're just going to fill up the tray. Now what I'm going to do with this one, because I like to let them sit at least overnight, but it's still early enough during the day, then I'm just going to put it into this tray and I'm going to let them sit on the counter, and then I'm going to put them in the freezer. I just want the sugar and the strawberries to get a little bit sweeter. And then because this tray does not have a cover, I'm going to cover it with saran wrap, and I'm going to make sure that I have a very flat surface that I put it on so I don't have a mess in my freezer. So there you have it. Is to cut your bananas, and if you prefer to do your ice cream by servings like we do in our home, I just like to cut a banana in slices and then I put it into this baggie. So these were ripe and ready to go, so I thought this was a good day to cut my bananas and show you the first step. So the next step is that we're going to make some vanilla pudding. Now some of you may choose to use the Jello pudding, which they have instant vanilla, and also you can use the stovetop. So whichever you choose to prepare, that's fine. And once you're done, you're going to put it into the ice cube tray, fill them up, and then put some saran wrap on it and just put it on a flat surface in your freezer so you don't have any spills. But if you prefer to learn how to make homemade vanilla pudding, well, just continue to watch on and I'm going to show you how to do that. So once your strawberries are frozen, now you're ready to make ice cream. I like to put 4 put as many as you like, but I tried to use 4 squares of pudding and 4 squares of the strawberries and 1 banana. I'm just going to mix this just a little bit. This always tastes so good. I just love, who doesn't like ice cream, but I just love ice cream. And then on a hot day, it just tastes extra good on a hot day. Something really cold. So if you're having to push really hard on your Yonanas machine, it's because you didn't let your fruit sit out long enough. So it doesn't take long. You don't want to let it sit out too long, because the longer you let it sit out, then your ice cream will get really soft. The other day when I was making my chocolate ice cream, it was really hot in the house, so everything did kind of melt faster, so you have to be careful with that. So also, I wanted to show you that inside the Yonanas machine, you're still going to have plenty of ice cream in here. So I just scoop all of this off, and then you still have all this ice cream on the inside. So what I'm going to do is scoop it out of here. Look at how much ice cream that is. That's a lot. So I don't want to throw that away. Doesn't that look so good? It looks good to me. So if you like strawberry ice cream, I highly recommend that you try this recipe. And I know that you will love it. It is such a great substitute for strawberry ice cream with less the fat. Well, let's see how it tastes. It tastes delicious. To begin with, you're going to put 1/3 cup of sugar. And then you have 2 tablespoons of cornstarch. And you have 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt. And then you have 1½ cups of milk. And I use the Carnation's milk, which comes out to exactly 1½ cups. So I just pour a little bit of the milk in there so I can get all the lumps out. And I just keep mixing until I feel like I get most of that cornstarch in. And as you can see, it's starting to dissolve the powder. So I'm going to add a little bit of more milk. Once you get all the milk in, what you're going to do is you're going to add in your egg yolks as well. And I have 2 egg yolks. just like to break the egg yolk up a little bit. And then you're going to cook over medium heat. And you're going to stir constantly until it is mixed. You're going to bring it to a boil, and then you're going to cook it for 1 minute. So I'm just going to keep stirring this until it comes to a boil, and then I will stir it for 1 minute. So my pudding is starting to come to a boil now, as you can see. So I'm just going to let it cook for 1 minute now. Going to remove it from the heat, and I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Smells so good. I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of butter. Going to mix it until it's all blended in. Sure does smell good. See, that's what it looks like. It's nice and thick. So I'm just going to let this cool for, a few minutes, and then we're going to pour it into the ice cube trays. So what we're going to do now is we're just going to fill up these ice cube trays. So I'm going to just use this little spout, see if it's less messier. So as you can see, I have the tray all filled with my vanilla pudding, and now I'm going to just let it cool for just like a few minutes, maybe 5 minutes, and then I'm going to put some saran wrap over it, and I'm going to put it on a flat surface in the freezer so I don't have any spills.